So of course, as a designer brand, your catalog of flankers is not complete unless you have an Elixir flanker, right? We've seen that with Christian Dior's Sauvage Elixir. We've seen that with 1 Million Elixir by Paco Rabanne. Well, now we have Invictus Victory Elixir, and this also says Parfum Intense, as if the name wasn't bold and powerful and strong enough, but now we have the concentration Parfum Intense. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on this brand new 2023 release, so make sure to stay tuned. Now, before I begin today's video and I give you my thoughts on the brand new Paco Rabanne fragrance 2023 release, Invictus Victory Elixir, it's a bit of a tongue twister, I do want to start the video off by saying that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. It's absolutely free. It would mean so much to me. Hit the bell and also click where it says enable all notifications. This way you don't miss any of my daily uploads. And give this video a thumbs up if you learned something today or if you took anything of value from today's episode. It would really mean a lot to me. Now, I do own the other Paco Rabanne Invicti, as my friend Carlos used to say, right? The plural of Invictus, Invicti. And I have so many of them. I have the original Invictus Aqua, the 2016 and the 2018 Invictus Victory. You know, there was even an Onyx version that I've gotten my nose on. I don't own that one, but I own 98% of them. And here's the brand new one. Now, I looked at the note breakdown online and it actually sounds really interesting, right? Vanilla, tonka bean, amber with a touch of incense. The incense being olibanum, otherwise known as frankincense, of course. So, of course, if you're looking for something that takes things in a darker, more meditative, incensey direction, sounds like it's going to be a hit, right? Well, I smelled it, I made some comparisons, and I do have my own perspective on it, my own interpretation of what I think this was aimed to sort of put together, olfactively speaking. I do think that there was a certain goal or purpose in mind. In any case, I'm excited to give you my thoughts on the smell. Let's go ahead and start things off with a quick look at the presentation. Now, right in the opening of this fragrance, you are going to get this particular type of a juiciness from it. And despite the fact that I sprayed this on like 10 or 15 minutes ago, I'm still getting that juiciness from this fragrance. Now, that juiciness I thought was coming from some kind of a citrus ingredient. It's not listed in the note breakdown, but I am convinced there is some citrus in here. There's actually something tart happening in here. Now, I was inclined to think that it was pineapple or something fresh, juicy, maybe a little bit of like orange or bergamot or lemon or something like that, because I am getting something quite bright in the opening. And then I thought I was getting something that I would equate to the note of fig. Something creamy, lactonic, and fig is a fantasy note in perfumes. And a lot of times coconut is actually used in the synthesis of a fig accord because it's creamy, it's fruity, it's sweet, it's a little lactonic. So I'm thinking of that bright, tart, juicy introduction, and I'm also thinking about that coconut fig vibe that I'm getting from this one. And it actually clicked into place when I looked it up online and people were comparing it to Le Beau Le Parfum by Jean Paul Gaultier. And that's a fragrance that also has pineapple and coconut and some other sweeter ingredients in here. So that's when I had that revelatory aha moment, right? I had a revelation. I was like, oh my God, like this one actually does smell rather tart and fruity. And it's not listed in the note breakdown, but funny enough, I do kind of get this sort of pineapple coconut thing happening from it. And even now, 15-20 minutes later, I'm still getting that vibe from it rather strongly. And I remember my initial impression when I tried this one after I purchased it and brought it home is I thought to myself, I've smelled this before, right? Not only have I smelled this before, I own this in another fragrance. Of course, people are also comparing it to the original Paco Rabanne Invictus Victory. And I do think that some of the Invictus flankers have had a bit of like a chocolatey vibe to them. I find that in this flanker it's diminished and it's kind of substituted by a more fruity, lactonic vibe. The one thing that I do kind of like about this one is that it doesn't have too much of that Pori or Armani stronger with you sweetness in here. I've seen that happening with a lot of more recent designer releases, so I'm kind of glad, right, and relieved in a sense that it doesn't have that happening in here. But on the flip side to that, it does kind of have like this Le Beau Le Parfum by Jean Paul Gaultier vibe happening in here. As far as the olibanum is concerned, and I've said this before, whenever I think of frankincense, I think of a lemony pine aroma. I don't get anything piney or, you know, woodsy or overly resinous in this one. I am getting this vanilla tonka bean combination with that fruity tart sweetness, and I think it's a really wonderful scent. I'm actually really enjoying this one. My only criticism would be it's a bit derivative. You know, it's something that I've tried before, so in that sense, if you've tried the other fragrances that I've alluded to, you might be a bit underwhelmed, like, oh, I don't think this is anything super unique or original or anything like that. But I am a big fan of Le Beau Le Parfum by Jean Paul Gaultier. So in that sense, I really do enjoy this one. And funny enough, the perfumer for Le Beau Le Parfum is Kenton Biche. And he's done so many other fragrances for Paco Rabanne, including the brand new one, 1 Million Royal, right? So, you know, there might be something else happening in there. I'm not sure who the perfumer is for this one. It wasn't disclosed online from the research that I've done. I couldn't figure it out. Hopefully it does pop up in the future so I can make another revelatory connection. But in any case, I think it's a wonderful fragrance, albeit a little derivative and reductive, but it's one that I'm really enjoying the aura of. Despite the out of season release, I am going to put it on the back burner, and I'll probably bring it out in the autumn because I think this one is really going to shine in the cold weather. Let's go ahead and finish things off with my overall assessment. So first up, in terms of the uniqueness in the overall smell, as I said, a bit derivative. It does smell quite similar to some other designer fragrances that I own and I have tried in the past. I'm glad that they did forego using the stronger with you type of a sweetness in this one. I think that that one is becoming a bit overdone and played out. But the overall smell is very pleasant. Again, it was another one that I had my wife try, and she really enjoyed this one. There was a lot that she didn't enjoy in a lot of newer releases, surprisingly, but this is one that she really did enjoy. In terms of the longevity, this one is going to give you about 9 hours on your skin. Projection was great for the first hour of application. It radiated a little bit beyond an arm's length, especially for those first 45 minutes. This stuff is actually quite loud, and there is, despite the fact you look it up online and it seems like it's comprised entirely of base notes, there actually is this non-linearity about it that I do enjoy, right? So there is going to be a steady evolution or progression on your skin, especially on account of those tart fruity notes that I'm getting and I'm smelling quite explicitly, but they're not in the note breakdown. So try it for yourself and hopefully you have a similar experience. It would be very validating. I think also in terms of the projection, elbows length scent right around hour 6, skin scent right around hour 9. Versatility, I think it would appeal to somebody who's a little bit younger because of the sweetness. It's a bit masculine leaning, great for the colder weather, great for a date night, formal scenario. And if you can find it for a discount online, I paid full retail, I bought it from Macy's, but if you can find it for a discount and it's not gonna make too much of a dent in your wallet, I suppose you can wear this one casually with a greater degree of frequency. In terms of the presentation, it's cool. It's just the names get kind of hard to remember, right? Because you'll have the Invictus Victory, and then Victory Elixir, and then Victory Elixir Parfum, and then Victory Elixir Parfum Intense. And I think for the first time, we're seeing these concentration designations kind of being released out of place. Like we'll have the Parfum version and then the Eau de Parfum comes out. So things seem a little bit jumbled up in the industry as of late. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. That was my review of the brand new, whatever it's called, the new Paco Rabanne fragrance in Victory. That's what I'm calling it. Invictus Victory Elixir Parfum Intense. There we go. Wow. Say that 5 times fast. In any case, I do think it's a great scent. I'm really enjoying it. My wife loves it as well. I'll wear it in the autumn. Thank you so much for watching. If you took something of value from today's episode, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it. Hit the bell. Give this video a thumbs up. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.